Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Motion. Still good. 4 down. Check. 59. Get him.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he is all the way up past the 25. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Regular. Hurry. 51, Mike, 51. Check pass. What's that?
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Mike 51. Go. Kill.
A first down carry for Smith. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
What's that? 180! Oh, you got deep?
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
What? Green 80! Right there, 54 Mike. Zebra. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Alert 3. Alert 3. Nice stone. Try ball. Watch my board. Watch the backer. Mike's 54. Good. 54. I'm here. I get it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch the eye. Joker.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Switch. Check 31. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Clear, clear. Yeah, let's go, Sam. Watch.
He will push his way down to about the 14. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
Quick, blue lady. 58's the mic. So we got man. One left. Ringo. Hey, zero. Watch the curls. Check 13.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Check, line 90. Mike, good job right there. Mike's at 59. I got one. Mike's 59. 59. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 51's the mic. Stop your whining.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Chubb with a 1st down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Mike 51. Here we go. Pistol. 51's the mic, boy. 51. Come on, baby.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Smith trying to run for it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Chargers' 6-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Another try for Smith, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 6-yard touchdown run, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
I know you felt that one.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Block that.
Shit. Hey, check 24.
24.
Kill.
Now Wilson on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Alert. 36 power.
Check.
Gun.
Check. Fresno.
Front left.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Come on.
You brought it.
Now they try the right side here. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Booster team.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
19.
You got tape. You got time right there.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Tighten up, tighten up. Tighten up.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the shit. 14. Check. Crunch. Crunch.
Friday.
Rush in. Rush in. Charge up. Check.
Saturday.
He's lucky. Check the backer. Check the backer. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Good touch.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Check 3. Switch move, team. Switch it.
One left.
Be ready.
Green,
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and with it, time will expire here in this first half of play. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Check, 380.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh.
380.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 4, check 5.
2nd down, it's Henderson. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
I'm coming, I'm coming. Check. Check 24, check 24.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. There he goes, right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
6 gone. Check 6 gone.
Good job right there.
Part 9.
It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Nice.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete.
Wilson's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All go special. All go special. 14, got it.
Hey, turn it up.
Switch, switch. Check safety, check safety. 36, 36.
Check 3.
Check three.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Mike.
Check.
59.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
180! Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
180! No chance! Check 52.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 38.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it again with Smith, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Browns first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
50 seconds. 180! I got him. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, alert! Whip. Watch the whip.
They run it again with Chubb. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Ito Smith trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chargers' 17-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They're capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
It must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
It's been a long day for you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson forced out to his left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check.
Come on, that. Touch 50. Good job right there.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
14. Left pass.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's complete. Henry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, A field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Smith. And some room to work. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ito Smith. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
That's it, baby. We got one. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Punch left.
Now Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Strip that ball. Jim. Kill.
On the ground, this is Smith. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Smith. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only they stop him short of the 1st, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 23 yards, the final tally. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Tempo.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
Wilson's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
The Chargers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson, operating from the gun. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, with him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Reed.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 32-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Watch the slant. Check 13. Check 13.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now it's Smith. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
First down and goal to go at the 3-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl.
Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line. Today's final score.
And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.